now, Barry?
About 93.
93, g'day.
Well, here we are, 82 Catherine Avenue. I've got Mr. Sam Carpenter here today, going to view it, but my other offside, Mr. Colin Sutcliffe, is in hospital. Getting his appendix out, so I've got to do this on my own. Bad luck. Now, Sammy, welcome to the Peatling's YouTube. Been trying to get you the last few weeks, but I finally got you.
Cheers, mate. Good to be a part of it. I've watched a few of your famous clips and pretty happy to be sitting in the hot seat, mate. Now,
I'm going to get started. As I said before we come on here, you've probably been asked 1,000 times, how have you coped with your disability in the last 15 years?
Yeah, pretty good, mate. I think, you know, having the accident so young was a good thing.
4-year-old, weren't you?
Yeah, 4 years old, so you don't know any different. You just learn to live, you know. You learn everything, so the way you can do everything, and hasn't worried me. Yeah, just adapted, mate. So that's
well,
it.
You've adapted pretty well. I mean, apart from being a good footballer, you've been a very good footballer. I mean, you played up at the Stingrays. I mean, I was talking to I think it was your old man down at Chelsea pub one night. This is about 10 years ago, and he's talking about, I don't know whether it was Possum. What's Possum's first name?
Dale.
He's a pretty rugged sort of fella.
He probably tried to fight you, did he?
Yeah, he's alright. He told me, he said, I've got a nephew. And I said, have you? He said, yeah, he's playing the Stingrays, he's got 1.5 arms. I said, you're kidding. That's how I first heard about you.
Okay.
But he was a good footballer, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was pretty good. He was a bit of a thug, I think, old Poss, but...
Now, who was the best out of your uncle and your father?
I don't know.
Well, who's Possum?
Depends who you are. Possum's the uncle, and Lee's my old man.
So, what does your old man reckon?
They're both pretty good footballers in their own right, but I don't know. You ask Possum, he thinks he's the best.
Who got in the team of the century? Who got in the team of the century?
Yeah, both of them.
Oh, they both got in, did they?
Yeah, they both.
Because Louis got in that too.
Yeah, I know. Louis is.
I thought he'd get in that.
Unreal, isn't he?
Oh, he's a freak, mate. He's a freak. Now, you learned your football probably under 15s. You won a few best and first under 13s, 14s, 15s, didn't you?
Yeah, something like that. I got a few votes through the juniors, mate.
Now, because I asked you about the father and Bon Beach playing, and they were champions, weren't they? They were. Yeah,
but apparently, like I can't remember. Obviously.
Didn't you ever see him play?
No, well, my old man, his career was cut short due to bad injuries in his legs. He actually nearly lost a leg after a grand final one year because he had bad blood clots. So
nice.
He finished up playing pretty young and got into the coaching instead. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, Bon Beach is not far away from Chelsea, is it? I mean, it's just around the corner. I don't know why they should call it Bon Beach, because we lived up the road. It was in Broadway. It was called Bon Beach.
Okay.
Chelsea.
Yeah, well, the family, like the old man and Possum and that, they grew up in Cairns Avenue. So.
Did they?
Yeah, I think Chelsea. You know, I think Chelsea's their home club, but they played a bit of footy for both.
Well, as I say, it's pretty close. And of course, Eddie Athen, there's about three or four sides around the corner. Now, what do you think of the Chelsea Football Club since you've been there? Yeah,
it's a great club. You know, I've always wanted to come down here for a kick. Seen a bit of family history there, and we're not travelling the best just at the minute. Getting knocked off by fines.
Oh no, I cannot believe it, Sammy. I've done a video a couple of days ago. It's probably the worst defeat I've seen since I've been following Chelsea for 12 years, and it's.
No good, but oh well, that's a thing.
Oh, you got to move on. You just move on.
Get a chance to bounce back this week, don't we? So
well, we got to.
There we go.
EDS is starting to improve a bit the last couple of weeks, but I will fix him up. But
we'll be right, mate.
Now, what influenced you to come to Chelsea? Who was your main influence? Come on.
Probably Louis. Just wanted to.
Louis.
Yeah, Louis was in the ear a fair bit, so wanted to have a kick with him. Hadn't seen him play a lot of footy, but I knew he was a bit of a legend down here.
Oh, just mate. He's a gun. He's getting better as he gets. The older he's getting, the better he's playing. I'm telling you now. Now that,
he's a freak. That's for sure.
He is a freak. Now I asked you about the awards you won. You won about altogether about 8 or 9 best and fairest rights, including juniors and all that. That's fair effort.
Yeah, something like that.
Runners up in the best and first in the Corowa. Was it?
Up in the Ovens and Murray.
Ovens and Murray, yeah.
The Morris medal.
Got beaten by Anthony Stevens, who used to play for the Kangaroos, his brother Michael Stevens, who was a very good footballer, and he beat you by 1 vote, is that right?
Yeah, no, you're on the money there. He's a good player, Steve-O, and you know, he was playing for a good side. Yarrawonga, they're pretty strong, so...
How long did you play with Euroa? Not Corowa.
Two seasons up there. So I went from Frankston down in the VFL to Corowa, and then met a girl up there, Renee, I think she was watching you Saturday night, wasn't she?
That's your girl. She's a very attractive girl too. Very attractive.
And then from Cora I went to Queensland for a kick, up in the QAFL for Astley.
Now, was you getting any money back in them days?
Yeah.
Getting something extra, weren't you?
Yeah, they look after you a little bit.
Well, that's good, yeah.
See, footy's been good, seen a few different places, so
you've
moved around a bit.
So you've been
Corowa for 2 years, and then up to Queensland.
A lot of Queensland too.
Yeah,
what part of Queensland?
Queensland for a year up at Astley in the State League.
What's it like up there?
Yeah, it was alright. It was.
The competition.
The footy's a bit different. It's not much for following, and everyone just grabs their bag and pisses off home.
How'd you get up there? Just go for a drive or something, did you?
Up to Queensland.
How'd you get there?
They recruited me actually from the Ovens and Murray. So.
Yeah.
About 4 or 5 of us that went up the year that I went up.
How did you go? Did you win the flag or what?
Nah, we got going too late in the year. Actually, our coach got the arse after about round 8. It took a while for everyone to sort of bond, and yeah, but it was good for a change, and seen a few different things. So
now, how close did you get to going? I mean, you were going pretty well in Stingrays, weren't you? How close did you get to? You got the VFL seconds, didn't you?
No, I played seniors at VFL down at Frankston. Yeah.
I mean, you played VFL. That's the second. I call it second compared to the AFL, right?
Oh, okay,
next one
yeah.
down. So you play with Frankston, right?
Yeah.
How'd you go there?
Yeah, no, it went good. Good fun. Well, actually, Frankston was a lot stronger back then than they are now, so we're winning games, and a few players that I played with down there are now playing AFL. So
how did you reckon? How do you reckon were you reasonably close to getting an AFL game?
Oh, I don't think so, mate.
Well, you know. Now, come on. I reckon. You're good. You're going pretty well. I see you've got your little bit of your doc over before. I showed you before. You kicked 4 or 5 goals one game, didn't you?
Yeah. No, I had a.
Who was that against?
I can't remember. Yeah, mate.
You kicked 4 or 5 goals anyway.
Yeah. No, I can't remember who against now, but I played some good footy back in the day, mate. Hopefully I've got a few good games left in me yet.
Well, how old are you now?
25.
You're only a boy, mate. That's 25. Got another 10 years, mate.
Hopefully, mate.
Now, well, I was thinking about the Best and Fairest Awards. I'll ask you about that. Now, what do you think of Chelsea's finals chance at the moment? I know they're not too flash, but what do you think?
Yeah, well, I think on paper, we've got a pretty handy list. So.
Well, we've got this other fella come back. Have you seen him?
Big Bembo.
Louis said he's a big fella. Is he alright?
Yeah, no, he'll be very handy.
So when
he was actually down at Frankston when I was down there.
Was he?
Yeah. So he's looking a bit fitter these days, a bit more lean than he was back then. So
when's he going to be ready?
Probably another 3 weeks, I think. He trained
3 weeks.
Trained Tuesday night for the first time, and he was moving well. So.
Well, he's going to come back, and he's going to need a run in the seconds, won't he? Or will he?
Oh, we might have to throw
him straight in.
I reckon we'll have a go.
Well, I think they've got to put in Luke Manners in next week because you haven't seen him. Have you seen him play before?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, no, we've got some good kids.
But he wants a couple. We want some big fellas.
Throw a few of them in. But yeah, a few injuries haven't helped us at the moment with big damage and Gary going out injured. So now Arrow's done his calf. So a big one Sunday. We need to bounce back.
Now, Sammy, getting back to Chelsea's performance of the last few weeks now, I can't believe what's going on. I mean, I know we can't handle the top 2 or 3 sides. There were about 10 goals in front of us, but Seaford, of course Seaford got beaten on the weekend too. That's right. We never moved from that position last week, and now we got beaten by bottom side.
Yeah,
we're still 4th.
We just have to make sure we don't lose to another bottom side, I suppose, and try and pinch one against some of the good sides. I think we're capable of it on our day. Well, just probably got to start playing a bit smarter and playing the way that suits us, and try and flood the stoppages and bottle it up a bit.
Well, just play a bit of one-on-one football for a change and man up a bit sometime. But so we've got damage. I mean, I said in my video on Monday that if you lose 1 or 2 players in this competition, 2 of your star players, you're gone.
Yeah, that doesn't help, that's for sure.
Well, he's not gone, but it's a big loss because damage, he's been averaging 4 or 5 goals a game, and so he's going to be out another 3 weeks, you reckon? Yeah,
well, hopefully it's only another 3. Just need someone else to stand up, I suppose, mate, and kick a few.
Well, Luke Manners, he was alright a couple of years ago, but he's been in England the last couple of years.
Okay. Yeah.
But he can kick a goal, and he's a big unit. I see him playing in seconds, and I think I'd probably just rush him straight back in. Because we've got no.
Might have to chuck Louis one out in the goal square and just leave him down there and see if he can take a hanger. What do you reckon?
Well, Chrissy won. I think he's been going right the last few weeks. Chrissy won. I think he'll fill in there for a couple of weeks. But see, Damon might come back a bit earlier. He reckons 3 weeks. He told me Saturday night.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's too bad. So it could have been worse.
Well, I don't know what we're going to do, but now, who's some of the best players you've played with and against since you've been in? We've only been in the second season. Who is some of the best players you've played against and with?
In the MPNFL?
Yeah.
Well, see, last year I only played a handful of games because I was injured most of the year. But
was you?
Yeah.
What was wrong with you?
I did a hamstring. Missed the first 9 or 10 games. Just keep doing it because I'd never had an injury like that before, and tried to come back too early and
stuffed it up.
Stuffed up my whole season. So, I mean,
now what about this year?
Good players, you have to look at YCW, Big Eamesy.
But fellas you played against. I mean, I know he's a gun, but what about the fellas you played on and against?
The young ballers. There's plenty really. I mean.
And then anyone stand out?
Bev Malloy's a good player. He's getting on a bit.
He's been around for 100 years, I felt.
Yeah, he's getting old, but he gets a lot of footy because he's smart. There's a fair few good players running around the comp.
Well, McDonald's got to be one of the best, isn't he?
Yeah, he's pretty handy, Macca.
How do you get on with him? All right?
Yeah, no, he's a good friend of mine.
Well,
don't ask him for a handball though.
No,
he's a bit like KB.
Kevin Bartley wouldn't know the handball, but he is never. Who are we talking about then?
Shane McDonald.
Shane McDonald. He loves playing against shot, and we're playing him about 3 or 4 weeks time. So there could be a battle between Sammy Carpenter and Shane McDonald.
Yeah, well, I know. Last year and that, being around for them games, he gets himself pumped up. He's
not back when he comes forward.
Chaps, so he likes to try and stick it up chaps and have a good day. So we'll have to try and stop him. Yep.
Well, that could be an interesting game that next 2 or 3 weeks time. But what else? I was going to ask you something else too. Oh yeah, I asked you about some of the best players you played against, but well, we just got to hope and pray that we can get some of our injuries back. Next 2 or 3 weeks, Sammy, so we can have a bit of a dash at the finals, won't we?
Yeah, that's it. No, I think we'll be right. I'll be surprised if we didn't bounce back pretty strong, mate, Sunday against Edie. So hopefully we can get a win on the board and try and get some momentum happening. Because really, we've got to just beat the sides we should, and we'll play finals. So you never know, anything can happen from there.
Well, injuries can play a big part, especially the top sides. So if he got injured and WCW, they'd be in big trouble too.
Yeah, that's right.
He's about 9 foot tall, I felt.
Yeah, he's a big key to their side. So.
But I think now, who is the best side you've played? Who do you think your best side you've played against this year? See what your opinion is.
Well,
I'll tell you about mine in a minute.
I mean, Mount Eliza absolutely probably smashed us down at their ground. They run forward pretty hard, and YCW are pretty, committed. They do all the little things well for each other, and they're going to be hard to beat. They're pretty professional. So
who do you think's the best side you play against?
I'll go with YCW.
Well, I would say Mount Eliza, and I tipped Mount Eliza a few weeks ago that they'd beat YCW. They beat them 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I reckon they're the best side we played against, Sammy.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Time will tell. Yeah, they're definitely up there.
Well, they beat YCW. It's the first time they beat for about 4 years, I think.
Yeah, that might do YCW good though.
You reckon?
Might help them out in the long run. What happened here, Barry? You look like you were in a bit of strife.
Yeah, that was a little bit of strife. As a matter of fact, there was another wheel there. I was in St John of God's Ballarat Hospital in St John of God's Hospital in Ballarat. That was when I fractured my neck back in '63.
Yeah. Back into the pack, or?
No, I got thrown out of a car. Landed on my head. So, I was unconscious there for about 2 or 3 weeks. But when I come out of that, there, put it on the camera there, I went into this thing. I had this all over my body for 6 weeks. It drove me insane.
Would have been tough, mate.
6 weeks.
Lucky you could walk after it.
Well, I couldn't. It was the most revolting. I mean, I don't know how I survived, but I was in the hospital 3 months.
So it's been a tough period of your life.
Well, I don't know how I put up with it. I don't know how I'm still here.
Yeah.
Well, Sammy, I'm telling you, it's been a great pleasure to talk to you. I've been going to get you the last few weeks. Now you're on the Peatling YouTube, mate. This will be a permanent little video, mate. I'll treasure this, and all the best for the season, and I'll see you probably next Sunday, not Saturday, and Sunday.
That's it, Barry. No worries, mate. Hopefully we get a win. Thanks for having me.
Good on you, mate. Thanks very much.
Cheers, mate.
Bye.